Hello, welcome to the Kathie J Show. I mean the Joey R Show. That's actually my best imitation I can do today. I'm already off the teleprompter. I am Dr. Joe Ramos. I'm taking over the Kathie J Show today to spend time with you discussing with your favorite, Miss Kathie J, about her health. Yes, she has agreed to come on here, give some confessions. I'm going to try to keep it not personal, protect that private information, but we're going to talk about something that was triggered by you last time I was here.
Okay, Dr. Ramos, you have to keep talking. They're going to leave the camera on you until they pan out.
But I'm off these lines here. So I'm going to talk into a couple. I'm going to talk into a couple breaks today.
Yes.
You know, when you first started this show, I went back to August 2nd, 2021.
Yes.
Because I was like, that's where I got the wave from.
That was. Hey, everybody, what are you doing? I'm just excited to be with everybody every day.
And I was like, what was the promise? And it was to have fun.
Yes.
And I came down here and I was like, there was this script. I was like, I just can't do that. I got to just talk to you.
He's not a scripted guy, right? And you should have read the stuff I wrote for him to read to this. I mean, it was some Saturday Night Live stand-up, but he wouldn't do it. But Dr. Ramos, everybody, is here because of his FitMD program. Tell everybody why you created the FitMD program, and then we'll get into me.
Well, I'm really excited to get into you. But the FitMD program was created just about living optimized. There was a point in my life where I felt like I just didn't feel good, didn't feel energetic.
But you've always been healthy.
Always healthy, perfectly healthy.
But you reached a point where you didn't feel like you're normal healthy.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm a medical doctor, and I started going to other medical doctors and talking to them and saying, I went to my wife and said, gosh, am I depressed? I don't know what the heck's going on here.
Yeah.
And through a series of doctor visits and laboratory testing and things, I began to realize that living optimized and living are two different things.
Yes, you are absolutely right. And I was just living before I found you. And now I understand what living optimized means.
Well, and the last time I was here with you, we did a show about monoclonal antibodies.
Yes, we did.
And after I left the show, Jim and I were, Dr. Hoven and I, my partner, we were very excited to come talk to you about the monoclonal antibodies. But when we left, we were actually more excited about you.
Me?
Oh, your energy. You were just, well, you always have a lot of energy.
Well, thank you.
But you were just bubbling, and I could feel your energy. And I felt, as I hugged you, I felt what optimized was.
I love that.
Yes.
Because of you, I feel like I'm living optimized. So prior to me starting the FitMD program, I had other programs, but everything about me was Mayday, Mayday, like that was my life. I felt like, I had warnings. I ended up in the hospital for an issue because I was too stressed and overworked, and it was ridiculous what I was putting myself through living. Until I realized that there's a different way to live optimized, like you're saying, and I don't think I could have gotten there without you helping me with the hormones, because I wasn't aware of how important that was in my age and my health and my weight, that I needed little soldiers in my body helping me.
Yes.
And that's what FitMD is all about. It's changing, it's getting to your DNA and then helping it again, helping it flourish, right?
Absolutely. It's understanding the baseline. You have to start inside before you start working on the outside.
Right.
And that's what we did with you. And when I felt in that hug optimized, I was like, we got to make this the Joey R Show, not the Kathie J Show.
I know.
We got to talk about you.
Hence the reason we're here for the Joey R Show. So coming up after the break, I want you to read that teleprompter. You're going to show everybody that you can read the teleprompter.
My earpiece keeps falling out here, and your producer's saying Mayday, 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 like you were saying. But after this break, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about test results.
Yes.
We're going to talk about how your body's doing, how you're doing. We're going to jump in a little bit later with some other guests, Dr. Jim Hoven, Mary, your executive producer.
Yes.
And we're going to explain the science behind FitMD.
Yes, it's the science, everybody. We'll be right back.
Kathie J.
Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law, what makes us different makes us better.
Kathie J.
Sorry.
Do I have to do the wave thing?
Yeah,
at
no,
every
yeah, you
start?
do,
Oh,
everybody.
okay. Yeah, hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Kathie J Show. We will keep it the Kathie J Show. I'm Dr. Joe Ramos. Here joining me on the couch. How's that feel?
Yeah, I
Kathie
like
J.
it. You know what? I feel like this set was made for me. I just love it. I mean, I fit right in with your couch, Joey. This is awesome.
And when I sat over here in this chair, I felt like the captain.
Didn't you? You feel like the
Wow.
captain of the chair. So Joey R is visiting us today because he started the FitMD program here in Denver with Dr. Hoven, and it's about your blood work, everybody. It starts with the blood work in my DNA, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and this was the first time that I'd ever had to, because I'd been on programs before. This was the first time that you wanted to start with my blood.
Yes.
And I am happy you did. Like, explain, because you go to the doctor and they go, oh, your thyroid's in this window, so you're fine. But that's not the case. That you're looking for really, what are those numbers?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And actually, the thyroid is a great example to talk
Okay.
about, because the normal range on thyroid, for example, is about 0.4 to 4.5 on the TSH. Well, that's a 10-fold difference.
Yeah, huge.
But what we tell people is, or in medicine, in general medicine, we tell people, well, if you're anywhere in that range, you're normal.
Yeah.
But that's almost like saying...
And you always feel like you're not normal.
Not at all.
Right.
And here's the example. Here's like the analogy to that. If you were to get in your car and it was on a quarter tank.
Yeah.
And I get in my car and it's on full.
Right.
And we take off driving.
Totally.
I'm going to make it a lot farther than you.
Yeah, I'm going to get nervous at a certain point.
But neither one of us had our low fuel light flashing.
You're right.
So the whole goal of FitMD and getting baseline blood work is to catch that low fuel light before it hits low.
Absolutely.
Because when you hit low, you're in trouble. You're alongside the road.
And so why is the thyroid important to weight loss?
So the thyroid is critical for a couple of reasons. First of all, thyroid regulates a lot of our basal metabolic rate, which is our baseline ability to burn calories. About 70% of the calories you burn every day are done at rest.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Through your basal metabolic
I
rate.
could really rest, Dr. Ramos. There's no way. No, I'm kidding.
And so one of the things that thyroid does is it's really involved in that basal metabolic rate.
Okay.
It affects fat storage, metabolism,
So the thyroid,
energy.
So you're burning it while you're hanging out, the
Absolutely.
70% of your day. Okay, what else are you looking for in the blood that can help with that, like for hormone replacement?
So the lab test, as you know,
Yeah,
it has over 50 different parameters we look at. Everything from hormones to your blood cells to your immune system,
Yeah.
to the size of your cells.
Yes.
You know, real big cells are kind of lazy and don't function very well. We want perfectly sized cells.
Right.
That's usually based on something, either your hormones or something in your nutritional status and how you're eating.
Okay.
You look at your liver function, your kidney function, again, all the hormone levels from top to bottom. And what's different is this: we measure the subhormones.
Okay, what does that mean?
The subhormones are the parts of hormones. So for example, most people, when they test their thyroid, to stay with that topic,
Yeah.
they'll say, what's your TSH?
Okay, yeah.
Right? If you go to your doctor, that's what they're going to tell you. They're going to base your thyroid function on that TSH, that 10-fold difference range. What we do is we break that down. We look at your T3 and your T4.
Right.
What are those subhormones? Because T4 is storage. It's your backup.
Right.
And I know one of you guys we're going to talk to today doesn't have very good backup.
I don't have good backup. I think it's me.
Yes.
Yeah, right. He said that my liver was like a big Laffy Taffy. It was just a big fatty liver.
We
right
weren't
there.
going to talk about
it's
that.
okay. I don't care. I did it to myself. I can destroy a grocery store. So I mean, I earned it. You know, I earned that fatty liver. So it's okay. But because of what you guys were able to do by putting the right hormones back in my body to push my body up to its like optimized operation system, I feel like that's what really made the difference. Like, and now my visceral fat's leaving my fatty liver, and it's only half of a Laffy Taffy. Is my liver on this side, Doc?
I didn't say it.
Is
Yeah,
on
right
this
side, right side.
Okay, yeah, I got the right side.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, now you have to go back because we have to go to another commercial break.
Oh, back with the earpiece
That was
in here.
fast. This earpiece keeps
Oh,
falling
God.
out.
Coming after the break, Kathie J and I will be joined by some mystery guests so we can continue the conversation about living optimized with FitMD. You see how quickly I got caught up?
He doesn't like to read teleprompters, everybody.
Oh,
We will be back with producer Mary and Dr. Hoven after the break.
Kathie J.
The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on.
Kathie J.
Welcome back to the Kathie J Show. So you were trying to take it from me.
I was sitting on my hands.
I got you. I'm Dr. Joe Ramos. I'm here now with Dr. Jim Hoven, colleague of mine. Mary, executive producer for Miss Kathie J, the behind-the-scenes success story.
The sweet spot.
Yeah,
And,
that's us.
Aw, you guys.
and we're going to continue our discussion
Yeah.
about not only your health, but your health as well, Mary.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. It's been quite a journey.
It has
It
been.
really has.
Dr. Hoven, you have been monitoring this journey with me.
Yes.
What have you seen in their journey?
Well, you know, it's interesting. When you guys first came in, when I first met you, it was before you had started your journey, and I'd be interested for you to just share with the audience, what was it that really was that trigger point that made you decide, I need to change? And here's, by the way, I think something that would be really cool to talk about. You decided to do it together.
Yeah.
And whenever we decide to make
Yes.
changes, it's always better to go on that journey with someone. So I'd like to just, for you to share with the audience a little bit about that.
It was,
Yes.
yes. So, yeah, go ahead, Mary.
Well,
I feel like I've
think,
been talking.
I think it's just been beautiful to have a friend
Yeah.
who is going through it. We can talk when we have our weak moments. We can share, what we're going through.
Yeah.
It's so important to have that support system.
It really is.
You
Plus,
know?
when I don't have like, oh, Mary brought a Diet Coke, yay! I'm in. That's gonna get me through another 2 hours. It's just the little support level is so important.
And did you have a ticking point or tripping point where you said, no more, I am not living life like this anymore? And were you guys involved in that together?
Mary definitely was.
Yes.
But I've been heavy my whole life, so I don't know what optimized truly feels like. And I still don't feel like I'm there. We will get there on this journey together because
right.
I have more to lose. But I every single day I go, wow.
Yep.
I just made it up those stairs faster. I don't remember being able to do that. So I'm feeling something totally new that I haven't felt before, which is neat. Because, especially like thin girls, they'd always be like, oh, I ate a Chipotle burrito, and you could see it in their belly. And I'd be like, I ate about 5 of them, and I don't see them anywhere. So, So I don't know the difference, but I know that I like the way I'm feeling.
So
Mary,
good.
however, was reversed.
Yeah, what was your story?
Well, for me, after my mom died, and she's been gone now almost 8 years this January, I started gaining weight because I was eating my grief away.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
was
I
such a
see
blow
that.
losing her
Yes.
that I just turned to food to make me feel better, even for 5 minutes, even for that brief moment to take a break from the grief, from that sorrow,
Yeah.
from that
Yes.
pain.
So when we met Ramos and we met you, Dr. Hoven, we were like, I think we could do this program.
Yeah, we
I
can
think
do
we
it.
should do this program. And then you brought in Danielle, and we were like, the support, part of FitMD, and we were like, we can do this together.
Yes,
and
yes.
Mary and I just went in both feet, man. We just
Yes.
jumped right in.
You absolutely did. And the interesting thing is that I want to share, because I want to go into your individual stories for just a moment, what we saw.
Yes. Yeah.
So we
Yes.
knew what you felt, and that's how
Yes.
we decide what the program should be, right? What do you want? What are your symptoms? Look at your internal blood work and your
Yeah.
biometrics.
Yes.
We put that together to create the secret sauce for you.
Yeah.
But how has going to FitMD with the team of accountability, you mentioned Danielle, and that's what brought this to my mind,
Yes.
between Danielle, Jasmine, Mariana, Jenny, how has that been for your guys' journey towards optimization, having that group of support?
They are so cheerful, so encouraging. They're
makes all the difference.
They're always like, "Hello, ladies, come on in."
Right.
They always are saying, "Look at you, you're doing it. Good for you." They're always our cheerleaders.
Yeah,
when we go in.
My favorite part is when I'm like, oh, I didn't lose any weight this week, but then I lost fat. Because you have that program up there, that thing you stand on, and Danielle will be like,
Yes.
Kathie, the scale didn't change, but look at this, you totally lost 2 pounds of fat this week. I'm like, well, I'll take that.
Well,
So the things like that are just so encouraging every week when you go in.
And
Yes.
here's the thing, we need that those micro encouragements, and that's what we
Yes.
get from each other.
Yes.
But those macro encouragements, when we monitor how this program goes from the beginning, it's blood work, it's the biometrics. When you guys started, and your blood work is coming up, so we're going to
I know,
see
that's
the
what I was gonna say,
differences.
but you better get
Whoosh.
to it.
Yeah. So
What does the blood work
So
say?
the blood work for you guys was different, and that's what's
Yeah.
so cool about this. Not everyone needs the same thing because everyone shows differently. So
Right.
your cholesterol was in a different spot, Mary, than yours. Thyroid was different on one of you than another.
Right.
But
Yeah.
both of you showed the need for hormone supplementation. So by the end, your programs are different where, like Mary, you're getting testosterone
Yes.
and you're getting a little bit of progesterone, and both of you are getting some lipotropics. Kathie, you're getting some thyroid stuff.
I'm getting as much as I can get.
Yeah, listen, and you're also getting the peptides, right? You're
Yes.
getting those peptides.
Those
and,
peptides.
But it's all for what each individual needs. And so seeing those things, and then when we take that with your biometrics of the in-body, now we're seeing literally, Kathie, you've kept 90% of your muscle while losing 30 pounds. Serious business. And Mary, yeah, there it is. That's the muscle move. That's the muscle move. And Mary, you've maintained 100% of your muscle. So both of you guys, that is so rare because in most programs, you're going to lose 40 to 50% of your muscle while you're losing weight.
Right.
So you've killed it that way,
Right.
but you're also changing. In fact, look, I brought some numbers.
Yay.
Just
Everybody.
quick, like 23 and 30 pounds that we've lost. We've
Wow.
got 21 pounds of fat loss and 27 pounds of fat loss.
Yeah.
Over 10% of your fat that you've needed to lose of your whole body, 10% gone.
Yes.
Right?
And it was so easy. Like, that's the thing, is I can't stress enough how easy it was. You guys took away me trying to go, oh, I need to have this kind of carb and this protein and blah, blah, blah. The program to make you lose the weight is really awesome.
You know what makes it go so well is when you have an expert like Danielle
Yeah.
behind the scenes, when you have that blood work being mixed in, so we're managing the science aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then you start to feel better.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
it's,
I recently went to Disneyland for the holidays for Thanksgiving, and the endurance of walking and keeping up and hitting the park and going with my kids and my husband, I felt a big difference.
Yeah.
A huge difference.
It's awesome.
Because I didn't have that weight, and I had that energy back, and I was like, let's go, keep going, guys.
right.
Wow,
And
so
that
you were
was
defining
beautiful.
that. You were living optimized in
That's
your
exactly
moment to moment.
right.
Yes.
How
Exactly
incredible.
right. All
Yes.
right, all right. After the break.
Yeah, after the
Dr.
break,
Ramos.
that's right. You can find out how you can live optimized as well, maintain a healthy lifestyle, and just be a better you.
We'll be right back.
Kathie J.
Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathie J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness.
Kathie J.
Welcome back to the Kathie J Show. I'm Dr. Joe Ramos, joined here by my colleague Dr. Jim Hoven. We're talking to Kathie and Mary about their experience with FitMD today. They've been on the plan now for a few months. You probably heard them talk about their success. I hope you can see their success.
Yes, they
Yes.
have been. Every day they see us.
And
Yes.
Yes.
how you feel and how you look and just your energy is just contagious. And we want to use the last few minutes of the show, and they've told me through my earpiece here that this is a hard last few minutes of the show. I'm learning this. I'm getting this down. They have told us that to shut up when this thing says shut up. I'm going to try to squeeze this in before then. I'm going to talk a little bit about hormones and the science.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you guys have questions, please.
Will I always need to have the hormone replacement therapy?
You will, and the reason is this. With time, our pituitary, which is kind of like the captain of the ship, it directs the thyroid, it directs our ovaries, our testes, it drives hormones. It gets tired with time.
Okay.
Growth hormone as well. When you first start out in your life, you're producing about 900 mics of growth hormone a day when you're 18. As you get older, it drops down about 200-300.
Okay.
And so it dwindles. And so what we've done in optimizing is we measure levels, we look at these things, we provide you diet, we provide you a plan, and then we watch the levels. And when we get you balanced out and you're finely tuned,
Yeah.
that's when you start feeling like you're feeling. And we have a ways to go with you guys. We're just about to get your second set of labs.
I know, I'm ready. I'm
And
excited.
ready to
it
go.
will be so exciting because then we hone it in and we hone it in. And this is where lab ranges aren't normal.
Right.
We're looking to keep the tank full.
Yes, you're right. And so, Dr. Hoven, so the purpose of keeping your tank full is something that is so new to me when you talk about it. Explain living optimized.
Absolutely. When we came up with Living Optimized, it was so funny because it was something that just came out of the blue like lightning bolt of why do we do what we do? It's to help people live optimized. Like, yeah, so that's now our tagline, but it's defined differently. So when you have a big enough why, Mary, when you have a big enough why, Kathie, it now leads to what you need to do to live optimized. So there's passive and there's active.
Right.
Yeah.
What you even have to be active and make sure you're taking your medications, make sure you're staying in your accountability lanes. All
Yeah.
those things are the active part. And then the passive part, the hormones are doing their thing. But understanding why. What does it really mean to live optimized?
Yeah.
Is that something with your family? Is it to produce more in your job? Is it to be able to walk around Disneyland or Disney World at that level with your family?
Right.
Having the burning why leads you to doing what you need to do so that you can maintain that for your lifetime.
Yeah.
It's that drive, it's that spirit, that fire.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
It is a different way of looking at life because sometimes I would literally be having a meal thinking about what the next meal was going to be in a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know, like my mind thought the wrong stuff. You know, I hate to say it, but it did. And now it thinks about things like, wow, maybe I'll have a little time later to get on the Peloton, or maybe we're gonna go for a walk, or I'm gonna take the dogs out. And it just feels, getting the weight off, like Danielle says, I was carrying around almost, I'll be there soon, but a 40-pound bag of dog food around in my day-to-day activity.
Yes.
And I was wondering why I was so tired.
Yes.
So the program of Living Optimized is amazing, and it's about water in your body. It's everything, right?
Also, it's
it
being
really is.
mindful
Yes.
of what you're eating.
Yeah.
I was just
So
kind of
true.
eating, not even realizing what I was putting in my mouth just because of the stress or the need at that moment.
Yeah.
Now, every bite is precious and it's calculated because it's something that's going to nourish me, not that it's going to feed my
Her brain
stress.
has changed.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Well-
brain has changed.
Yes, and and the reason that a medical science-based program is so important is because as we change the internal, and as you change the external and that approach and that feeling, the two come together.
Yeah.
Really just for an ideal result. And you hear people say, I walk by food and it sticks to me. They're just not optimized.
Yes,
Their
right.
basal metabolic rate isn't helping them any. Their hormones, their thyroid or their testosterone or even their estrogen isn't helping them any.
Right.
And once we can get all of that perfect and you're getting help, it makes the job a lot easier.
So everybody, this is the number, 720-295-1229. That's the number you can call for a free weight loss consultation or go to fitmdusa.com. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Dr.
This was so
Ramos.
fun. This was so fun.
Good job, Dr. Ramos. You did it.